Over the last 15 months, it's been a really fun ride with ONPASSIVE. But I can tell you, Ash had a webinar yesterday. I can tell you that the journey has just begun, and it's about to get really fun for a lot of people in ONPASSIVE. And the people that are in ONPASSIVE today, you know what's happening, you know what's coming. And all we get with our team on Passive Nation and what we're hearing overall on Passive, it's just super positive. People are really excited about where we're at and where we're going. Ash, again, he had his webinar yesterday, and I really want to get into the meat of what Ash had to say yesterday. And as usual, Ash was just absolutely awesome. And by the time you get off of the webinar, yeah, you're just pumped about what ONPASSIVE is doing today. The first thing I want to talk about is the soft launch, and we were waiting for the soft launch for some certifications to get done before ONPASSIVE could do the soft launch. And those certifications, they are done. It took a little longer than they thought it would, but they are done. And the soft launch will happen next week. I think it'll happen probably around Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but next week sometime. And the soft launch is a really big deal. Number one, ONPASSIVE has to have the soft launch before they launch to the world so that they can test everything that they have in ONPASSIVE. Everything that's in ONPASSIVE is pretty much done. And the soft launch is to come in and test everything to make sure everything is working perfectly, so as they launch to the world, it's a perfect launch. But the really cool thing about the soft launch, what ONPASSIVE is going to be doing for the existing founding members, that's you and I, they are going to come in and start marketing campaigns. So they're going to start building your business, and they're going to start building my business. And I think with the soft launch, that's probably the most significant and most important thing, building our business. It's really hard to do. Most people are just a little too shy about sharing what they have with the people that they know and care about. So ONPASSIVE is going to come in and they're going to start building our business. How's that going to happen? They're going to do the marketing campaign. They're going to get eyes in front of your business. They're going to have people come in, love what's happening, and join your business and pay. Then they're going to pay you. Now, just think about that. Just think about that for a minute or two. A company is going to come in, they're going to drive traffic for you, they're going to get people in your team that are paying to come into your team, and then they're going to pay you. Guys, this is a no-brainer. If you're not a founder right now it's a $97 position. You can come in, lock your position in ONPASSIVE, lock your position in the pay structure of ONPASSIVE, and then as they do the soft launch, they're going to start driving traffic for you, building your team, and paying you to do it. It's a no-brainer. If you don't know anything else about ONPASSIVE, I would come in just for that. I really would. And I'd pay a heck of a lot more than $97 for that, because I know how difficult it is to build a team. Now, as we think about building a team, and all of you out there, I can tell you over the last 15 months, it's been a really fun ride, and it's given Marty, Dan, and I'm Mike Ellis, Marty and Dan are my partners. It's given us the ability, it's given us that 15-month period to actually build something as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, where it's going to be really exciting as that happens. And when I say exciting, I'm talking about your bottom line, that monetary thing that we're going to get. And during that 15-month period, Marty, Dan, and I, we haven't been paid a dime. We haven't asked anybody to pay us. We've done this because we came in, we saw what Ash Mufareh was doing, we loved the concept, and then we've been able to follow the progress of ONPASSIVE for the last 15 months. And Ash has been spot on every time throughout that whole 15 months. He has brought us along. It's been a great spiritual journey for us, watching what ONPASSIVE, watching what Ash has done. It's been really cool. And it's been spot on the whole time. And today, going into the soft launch, we're right where we want to be. We had 15 months to do that. Perhaps you've only been in for a day or a week or a month, and you haven't done anything yet. Even though ONPASSIVE is going to come in and start building your team, which is absolutely awesome, I would recommend that everybody in ONPASSIVE, especially in ONPASSIVE Nation, you start sharing this with the people you care about. It's going to do two things. Number one, the people you're sharing it with are absolutely going to love it. They're going to be so glad that you took the time to share it with them, even though they might have started out with that hedge of protection up. Once that goes down and they understand what's happening, they're going to love it. They're just like you and I. Once we saw what was in ONPASSIVE, what ONPASSIVE was doing, we knew this is where we needed to be. We had to be here because it's going to change everything. And then the second thing it's going to do, it's going to start building your team more than ONPASSIVE is going to. In other words, you add ONPASSIVE plus what you're doing, you just have a bigger team. And that's what that's going to do for you. Whatever your goal is, whether it's 500 a month, 5,000 a month, 50,000 a month, or 50,000 a week, 50,000 a day. These are things that ONPASSIVE can do for all of us. And when I say 50,000 a day, that's a reality. There will be people, as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, that's where they'll start. A really, really great place to start. But it doesn't matter where you want to start, whether it's 500, 5,000, 50,000, whatever it is. Bringing in 1 or 2 or 3 people, it's a really, really big deal. And the reason it's a big deal, when you start to look at the number of customers that ONPASSIVE is going to be bringing in as we launch to the world, and those customers going under all of us, and you've got 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people, instead of getting 1 every time the rotator goes around and you get a person, you're getting 5 or 10 or 20 or 40. And the numbers really do work that well as your team increases in growth. And if you can bring in 1 or 2 or 3, you're just in a really, really good position. So ONPASSIVE next week, soft launch. The price of the founder position will go up to $149. Probably after this video, I will never talk about the founding position at the $97 fee. It will be $149. I've talked to people. They don't care about it. They really don't care about the $50 increase. I would pay thousands of dollars to come into ONPASSIVE and be able to participate with what ONPASSIVE is doing. So the increase in fee, not a big deal. We are still going to have people coming in hordes in ONPASSIVE and in ONPASSIVE Nation. And obviously, as that happens, it helps all of us. Between Marty, Dan, and I, we're bringing in people. Our team, the people on our team are bringing in people, whether it's Mike Cord or Peter and Red over across the ocean, the pond. We have a lot of people that are building today, and that helps everybody. And once you understand the pay structure, you'll understand that everybody doing a little bit makes a huge difference for you. So the soft launch, it's a done deal. It's coming next week. Ash talked about a couple other things that are proprietary, but I can tell you there are a couple things that are going to be coming out as we launch to the world. One of them is the webinar service, the communication part of ONPASSIVE. It's massive. And I've talked a little bit about that as much as I can, but the things that are involved with that, it's going to change the whole online ecosystem as far as communication. It's a really, really big deal. And again, all of ONPASSIVE products, they are so far superior to anything that's out there right now. It'll blow your mind what's going to be happening as they come out. But there's something else behind that. And the communication part of the communication module of ONPASSIVE, it's massive. It's huge. And the market is bigger than I can even imagine. But there's something coming behind that. I don't know what that is. Ash hasn't shared that with us. But he has told us it's as big as the communication module. This is a game changer. Unpassive, yeah, they're going to get to the top of the mountain. That's not a problem. They're going to get there, and when they get there, we're absolutely going to love it. But they're going to have to create a new high because they're going to be in outer space with what's coming as they launch to the world. And as Ash shares that with us, I'll come on and I'll tell you what that is. I don't think he'll do that until we get a little closer to the launch. But as we look at the soft launch, as we get closer to the end, Ash knows how many founding members he wants in ONPASSIVE. And as we get to that number of founding members in ONPASSIVE, Ash is going to shut it off. And then he's going to give us a date when ONPASSIVE will launch to the world. And when he gives us that date, that's the day. You can buckle up, you can get ready to rock and roll, because we are just going to explode onto the online scene in ways nobody's ever seen before. That's how big this thing is. So that's pretty much what Ash talked about. He talked about a few other things I can't talk about on an open forum this video, but I will do more videos in the near future as he shares those things with us, and I'll share them with you. But we're there, guys. This journey is just starting. The last 15 months have been a ball for Marty, Dan, and I. Everything that we've done in ONPASSIVE Nation will help all the individuals that have come onto our team. And our team is growing leaps and bounds, as is ONPASSIVE. And again, the growth in ONPASSIVE today will help everybody that's in ONPASSIVE, everybody coming in. And then as we launch to the world and can start bringing in customers, that's just going to blow your mind because of the tools and the things we don't know yet that are coming out with ONPASSIVE. The last thing he talked about was the shop of ONPASSIVE. This is just a fun thing. That shop will be open in the next week or so. I don't know exactly what day it will be, but we'll be able to go in there and buy hats and mugs and shirts. Just fun things we can share with our team. I know Marty, when he does his lives on Facebook, he's always got his ONPASSIVE hat on. And he gets people asking him every week, you know, where can I get that hat? And of course, up until now, there is no place you can get it. The place we got it has shut down. And as ONPASSIVE opens up the ONPASSIVE shop, you'll be able to go in there and buy the hats and the shirts and the jackets and the mugs and whatever else they have. It'll just be a fun thing. So ONPASSIVE, the journey of ONPASSIVE, as fun as it's been for the last 16 months, it's going to be even more fun moving forward into the soft launch and then to the launch to the world. And the soft launch, it won't last forever. It'll last up until they launch to the world. This is a prelude to what's happening as we launch to the world. As we launch to the world, that is the big show. That's when things starts popping. That's when things start getting really exciting. That's what we're all looking for. But this soft launch is going to be fun. Everybody's team is going to start to build, going to make a little bit of money. And then as your team grows and we get to the launch, you're going to be in a really, really good position to take advantage of everything ONPASSIVE and get to that place where your goals are met, that bottom line is met, whatever it is. It could be as little as $100 a month, $500 a month, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. It doesn't matter. All of these things, wherever you're at, they are possible with ONPASSIVE because of what they do, because of the way they're structured, because of Ash Mufareh, because of the tech team he has in Bangalore, 200 strong, and because of all the unique things they've done so that we can be successful. Really, really some fun stuff, guys. That's it for today. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, always recommend you go down there and subscribe. Hit the bell on the right and you'll get notifications as I do more videos. I'm sure we're going to have more stuff Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere in there. And I'll come on, do another video, update you, and then get you ready to rock and roll, because this thing is moving at really breakneck speed right now. So get ready, buckle up. We're going to have some fun. 2020, it will be a year to remember. That's it for today, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll chat with you early next week. Take care, and yeah, again, we'll absolutely see you.